Hello, everyone,
Hello.
and welcome to our Halloween episode of the Hardy Street Boys.
Oh, it's a spooky edition. Look, black and orange. Check out these windscreens. Let's
Check
go.
them out.
Man, this technically we decorated.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, man. Got a big show today. Have
Yep.
Brian Page of Page Sport and Family Chiropractic, along with Jamie Page of Versus Clean Kitchen, Bellgrass fame out west. They have a crazy decorated house. Really excited to see.
Huge decorations.
Crazy amount of decorations. It's like that's what they do, man. Halloween decorations. So real excited to have them on, play some trivia with them. Make sure you check out our website, thehardystreetboys.com. You can support us on Patreon as well. And that's really it. Make sure you also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and yeah, we've been making songs. It's a good time. Sweater weather. I feel good about that one.
That was a bop.
That was.
We're going to make it happen even more.
Well, and thanks so much to everyone for your kind words because we really like doing that. We're going to keep doing that. So we have a lot to get to. So I think it's time to roll the theme. You ready?
Let's go.
The Hardest Street Boys, Hardest Street Boys, Hardest Street Boys, it's the Hardest Street Boys.
Like and subscribe. So much stuff happening.
Too much stuff.
I need a nap. October in Hattiesburg is a lot of fun, but
Yeah,
also
and it's not over yet.
it's not over. No, we got the home stretch coming up. So yeah, Thursday.
Thursday was pumpkin carving at the keg, the avenues.
Yeah, you did the heavy lifting and emceed the whole thing, bro.
Yeah, I got there a little early. It was nice. A lot of kids, a lot of great pumpkin carving going on. There was somebody who apparently is a true sculptor out there making an amazing carving as well.
Yeah, he's a little too good. It was a little unsettling actually to see a human in a pumpkin.
Yeah.
But it was good.
It was very like you could tell he was talented.
It's perfect for Halloween. So
Yeah.
he was really good. I got there just in time when y'all were judging them. You had Vixen Sullivan,
Vixen was a judge.
Emily Gillespie,
Yes.
Kate Barker,
Yeah.
Dave Ware. Love Dave Ware.
Yeah, Dave Ware.
He's Hattiesburg Batman. He fights crime at night for sure.
Probably.
Don't tell anyone, but he does. And yeah, that was cool. It was cool to see so many kids out there too. My only question is, when are we doing Punkin Chunkin'?
Someday. Actually, no. I believe that'll be actually something coming up this week. We can talk about that here in a moment.
Yes, Punkin Chunkin'. It's perfect for Hattiesburg.
It will be happening.
We
in
should be a
Hattiesburg.
Punkin Chunkin' town.
It's actually happening this weekend.
Okay. Well. Wow. The suspense is killing me.
All right.
And then after that
Friday was Live at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Sketch and the Dirty Notes. It was like the Live at 5 season finale for the year. It was awesome. Johnny Sketch and the Dirty Notes, one of my favorite bands from New Orleans. Amazingly talented group.
Mm-hmm.
Such a good time. Such good weather. And then
What'd you do after Live at 5? Because then they had the. Did you make it to the paper warehouse out in the back?
I did. I was by the skin of my teeth. I made it for like the very last little run through of the paper warehouse. It was awesome. I was actually freaked out. It freaked me out.
Yeah, spooky.
Yeah.
Was it like jump out and scare you, or like thriller?
A little bit, but it was more like, I want to say almost like psychological because the set was so well put together. It was so well thought out, and I've been in this building numerous times, as you know. I've walked through here, but to see what they've done and almost be disoriented with where I am in the building,
right,
it's very cool.
Yeah, in a place you're in regularly, it's crazy. Yeah, I think thriller just means trendy horror, and Hunter and the crew from the city that were working on it and HCLO are very trendy. So we love seeing that. And I didn't get to do any of that. I hate it, but it was also because I was at the Sacred Heart football game, which was a blast. They won.
Yeah.
They finished undefeated at home.
Yeah, last home game of the year.
Man, and it was cool having the drum line. I have a really good group of students, very committed, hardworking. Our PA, Tanner, is the section leader, and it was really cool to see them do well as musicians, but then also they were really just enjoying themselves. So I didn't feel bad about missing that stuff because it was well worth it getting to hang out with them and see that.
Speaking of enjoying yourselves, I got to eat some food at Tabella this past week.
Yeah,
and
bro.
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
on all the deliciousness at Tabella.
Yeah. So did you get to eat there?
I actually just got it to go, and it was still amazing. I got some toasted raviolis. I got a big Caesar salad with some shrimp, and then I had the chicken parmesan.
Ooh.
And I didn't get pasta because I'm trying to watch my carb intake, so I got some green beans instead.
I'm proud of you for doing that, man. I really am, because that place, they were voted healthiest restaurant.
Yeah, like best health food restaurant or something like that. If you want to consider them that, they do have healthy options.
In the best of the Pine Belt. Well, I think also everybody thinks of Tabella as fancy, as nice, as upscale, and that like I need to have 2-3 hours cut out to just go there. And that's not the case. Like to go, I mean, I've been getting salmon to go from there for years, and I've always, so when they got like healthiest restaurant in the Pine Belt, like it really didn't surprise me at all, because there's such healthy options when you eat there. Like I actually got to eat there. I got to sit at the bar, and I had like a Chardonnay and the salmon with green beans, and instead of getting the pasta, I subbed to Brussels sprouts.
Oh, nice.
And man, they're Brussels sprouts. If you don't like Brussels sprouts but want to try Brussels sprouts, Tabella is the place to go, because they really do a good job. And I got some potatoes on the side. I never drink white wine.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting at the bar, I wanted to just have a glass of wine with my fish. And Chris, the bartender, who actually I helped coach at Sacred Heart, and I actually know the Andrews, Steve and Stacy, through Sacred Heart. Their daughter Gire grew up with my little sister, and loved them. They're just great people. But the place, you can tell that they take care with the food.
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, it's not like they care how it looks. They care about your experience. Chris was real helpful when I was like, dude, I want a white wine, but I don't really know what I want. Like, walk me through it and like check this out, and let me sample stuff. So it was a really good time, and I think it just kind of goes to show you that you don't have to sit down at a table and take the time. Now you could. Yeah. I mean, that's a great experience too.
It's good times.
And I also think they have some of the best pizza in town. I don't want to put anybody else out, but the thin crust pizza, if you're going to eat bread, it's not a ton. And it's a great place. I really enjoyed my meal there. And then I had to kind of run and go back, because we had duties on Saturday.
Because it was
all
Saturday.
Day. Yeah, we had the Homegrown
Revival.
Yeah, man, that was
what a fun experience that was. We got to catch the last day of it. It starts on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, with such amazing musical groups and artists from around the Pine Belt, out of New Orleans.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
You were out there early for Tate's Sound Bath, right?
I was. That was the early wake up, just kind of very, I don't know, just very soothing music, very calming.
It's music as medicine, not music as I want to blow up and get notoriety.
Yeah.
It's truly like a selfless thing, I think, that Tate's doing, which is what makes it beautiful. And they're doing a Dia de los Muertos on November 1st at Lake Thoreau.
Yeah, that evening, 6:00 in the evening, I believe, at Lake Thoreau.
They're doing like a fire ceremony, all this stuff. He's like, man, really, it's just
that's Monday,
right? And it's just like a thing where you just go and relax in nature and just hang out. So I think they're doing some really cool stuff, and that's not happening in many places.
Yeah,
in a 500-mile radius, that's probably. Yeah, this is the only place I think
such
that's
a cool
happening.
thing.
Super cool. And then after that, there was the songwriter. Who are the songwriters? Because they do a thing in the morning where they always feature a singer-songwriter.
It was Hunter Chappell, or I say Chappell. It's Hunter Chappell, good friend of mine. We went to school together.
Nice.
And Holly Rumbarger. They did really good. Super talented from around this area. Such good acoustic musicians.
Both friends of the show.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. And then after that, I believe it was
Jake Stevens.
And the Trainwreck. Yeah. They sound really good.
Really good. And then I got there when they were playing, middle of their set. And after them was the Holly Rogers. Bro, Jackson.
Jackson Bounds.
Jackson.
What a rock star.
Singing and playing drums. Jack White of Hattiesburg, I say. It's like we get our own little Dead Weather group.
Anytime he's playing, I'm just enthralled, man.
Dude, he's a star. Hattiesburg will do well to hold on to him. So they were great. And they sound so tight, man. The energy, it's a band that, you sound good, sure, but it feels good to listen to them.
Oh, yeah. Then, after that, was the Pine Belt Pickers.
Hey, you're in that group.
I played with the Pine Belt Pickers. We're playing together.
Bro, y'all did a rendition of Wards.
We did.
Where you gave the bass to Galen and rapped a bluegrass version of Wards.
It was a lot of fun, and the energy was there too.
That's the first thing I saw that got like the entire crowd out of their seats, bro. That's man, you're the guy. This is awesome. I was off to the side, very proud. Like
there was a good energy there. It felt good.
That's my boy.
And I got props from some of my favorite musicians who came down or came up from New Orleans, and I don't know, that just it to get so much love from everybody out of the crowd, it was awesome.
Well, and that's cool, like, because Johnny Sketch was camping out, man. He's not just a mercenary coming in, playing the gig, getting out.
Yeah.
He hung out, and the whole thing with Homegrown is like, yeah, you have the shows, but that's like an hour, 2 hour set, for each group. It's the hang afterwards. After the Pine Belt Pickers, it was Stephen Wade Scott.
And the Low Spirits.
Yeah.
Which was like an all-star band.
Supergroup, Hattiesburg Supergroup. Yeah. Jaime, Kenny Paul Mann, Zach Smith, Ryan and Jesse. They're a duo, right?
Yeah.
A package deal.
Amazing.
And man, it was so great. Steven, was saying he's responsible for the Hardy Street Boys name. Now, look, I want to clear this up right away. It's a hashtag from a post from when we tried to sing Huey Lewis and the News' This Is It at Shenanigans.
You don't have to go into detail.
I'm not going into detail. I'm just saying you came up with the name. He thought I stole it from his hashtag. It's a parallel thought. We are still Hardy Street Boys. He cannot take credit for that.
Okay. I know people think that we have beef with Stephen Wade Scott. We just like to poke each other.
Oh, dude, I love Stephen. We were in jazz combos in college together, and I've known him for so long. So great musician, great guy. And then after that was Tyler Tisdale with Mike Dussault and company.
That was awesome as well,
bro. I just love the New Orleans vibe that we had at that whole day.
Yeah,
Mike Dussault was responsible for a lot of that.
Yeah.
His band sounded good. Drummer's killer. And then Tisdale, bro, got to talk to him for a minute too.
Yeah, he's got an album or a single out, or he's got some.
Just released his second single from his latest album. Was talking about how it's doing, and that's the other thing. I got to actually sit down and talk with him about how it's going, and fortunately it's going really well. So
I think Tyler's about to get married.
Man, do it. Just do all the life things at once, bro.
That's right, man.
Get it done. I love it. Yeah, really. An alpha in the music industry in Hattiesburg for sure. So real excited to see that. That show was great. He had a lot of guests on too. And then after that, Johnny Sketch and the Dirty Notes. And I'm so glad that they were there because I missed them at Live at 5. The electric cello. Cello.
Yeah. I just want to tell you, I've probably told you enough times, but I saw them down in New Orleans years ago at Tipitina's one night. Didn't really know what to expect, but just fell in love with the group. Mm-hmm. They have, like you say, they have a horn section. Sage Rogue. Yeah, Sage.
Nailed it first time.
Yeah.
Sage, the saxophone player. Goodness.
Sage Rouge.
Nailed it first time. Yeah, saxophone player. Virtuosic.
Yeah.
Her tone is so... It's not that I was surprised that she was good. It was just like, I wasn't... Also, I think it's getting back used to live music again.
Yeah.
I was taken aback. Man, she could play. Could really play. The horn section was just... The whole band was incredibly talented.
Yeah. They're amazing. And again, anytime you see Johnny Sketch switch from guitar and start playing an electric cello, you're in for a treat. I think I saw a lot of people who had their minds blown this weekend.
Heck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine included, honestly. And it was just great to be around people who get it.
Yeah. In fact, how the Homegrown is such a cool thing. It's a camping experience. It's fun being out in Dixie and kind of outside of the city a little bit, getting to enjoy a music festival. Mm-hmm. I believe Johnny Sketch actually told me he's promoting one down in Louisiana.
Around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, the weekend before Thanksgiving. So that's something to look forward to. Maybe we can put that in the description.
Well, more of those events are happening, outdoor stuff. And I was happy that was my first time out there, and it was a good one. I also want to thank them for hooking us up. And also, I didn't wear the shirt.
Big shout out to the Puckets.
And Miss Linda, I'm sorry I didn't wear the shirt, but I did it so I could have it on the show. So I had a plan the whole time. So it was so great hanging out with Allison and Chris. That really is a labor of love, and we love them for doing it. Coming up this week, there's so much stuff going on. Thursday we got the parade.
Yeah, the Halloween parade.
We're emceeing. I got my drummers marching in at 2. We're actually gonna miss it, but the Southern Miss soccer team, they're playing at 3:00, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it a big game?
It's I think it's playoffs, man. I'm telling you, the women's soccer team is doing it, and hopefully they can keep doing it.
Yep.
But maybe one day we can actually go to a game.
Yeah, because you can't really watch them
under the light of the sun.
Yeah. And then Hattie's Burlesque makes their triumphant return at the Thirsty Hippo. Goodness,
haunted.
That is going to be insane.
Yeah,
that's gonna
here come the girls.
The roof is gonna fly off. I think it's gonna be ridiculous. Really excited about that. And then the 29th, we're actually DJing at Southern Prohibition.
So pro.
Their Halloween party, which is going to be that's always a rager. And then we're also reading scary stories at Colludium the next day at the 30th.
Hey, I wanted to tell you that I believe Colludium has a whole Halloween festivities, but I think they're doing a little punkin' chunkin' over at Colludium.
Really? Dude, we're a punkin' chunkin' town.
Yep.
We're a punkin' chunkin' town, and you know it. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it.
# bring your trebuchet.
Yeah, let's get that trending.
Punkin' chunkin' all day.
Look, I'm excited to have Brian and Jamie Page on of Page Sport and Family Chiropractic. Jamie does Versus Clean Kitchen. They decorate their house super crazy for Halloween.
Super crazy.
It's awesome, and it's cool that that's something that they do together.
Just the scale of it all.
I mean, it's just like a great energy, and it's great for their neighborhood, and you love to see it. So I think it's time to have them on, and I also want to play some horror movie trivia. You mind writing some questions down real quick? And
I think I can compile some.
Fire it at them real quick.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
After this, Brian and Jamie Page.
In the 601, under the light of the sun, when this beat hits, let's all get lit. Under the light of the sun, down in the 601.
Want to go to the football match, a playoff game I'd like to catch. I cannot make it anyway because they play in the middle of the day.
Under the light of the sun, down in the 601.
Don't you think it's a crying shame? I can't make a single game. This is objectively lame, and honestly you should feel the same.
Under the light of the sun, down in the 601.
Thursday, 3 o'clock, playoff game, round 1, Golden Eagles, let's go.
Under the light of the sun, down in the 601.
All right, you good? What's happening right now?
Getting a little
Seriously, what's happening? Are you okay? Oh, C&M?
I thought it'd be weird to put it on backwards.
Oh, got it. Yeah. You nailed the weird bit for sure. All right.
Keep it weird.
Hit us. Give us a sound, bro. Yeah, thanks, Jamie. I appreciate it.
I feel like I just got transported.
Yeah, you
somewhere.
You kind of did. Yeah, to the internet. We're here with Brian and Jamie Page. So glad to have you guys. How are y'all today?
Doing good. Glad to be here.
Man, taking a break from baseball to be here, so I appreciate it. I want to get right into it. It's Halloween. You guys, I've never seen Halloween decorations like the ones you have at your house. How did you get into this? And just kind of take me through why, because it's awesome.
Well, when we first started, when we lived in that first greenhouse.
Yeah, smaller house with just a small front yard to do it.
Mm-hmm. It started with a graveyard, and then it just grew from there. But after we moved into this house that we're in now, which, how long have we lived there? Since like 2014?
7 years, probably.
Yeah. There was, the lot next to us was wooded. And we had cleared a trail for Bishop to ride his little tractor motorized thing or whatever. And then one Halloween, it wasn't like a big decorating thing. We just decided, it would be fun to do a trick-or-treat trail that ended, like it would walk around through the little trail, like a little loop.
Like a horseshoe.
Like a horseshoe. Yeah. And then it ended right at our porch, our back porch that had 2 doors. So I decorated the back porch as like a witch's brew house, like potion bottles and spider webs and stuff like that. And then we put like a few lights and spider webs in the trail, and kids would just go through the trail and come to the porch and get their candy and through the witch's brew house. That was the first year we did it. And that was probably, that may have been the first year we lived there.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's probably like 7 years ago or whatever. And then it just started growing.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those things every year, kind of up the ante where one robot, then another robot, then fog machines, and then projectors. And so the last year we did it, I kid you not, you could walk into the woods. It would be a graveyard with a projector and a screen in the back you couldn't see at nighttime that would look like skeletons are coming up out of the ground, running through the graveyard. And we had multiple scenes like that. And it went from one lot to another lot to then just kept adding and adding.
And these are lots like we don't own or anything like that. It was just kind of like ask for forgiveness later, don't ask for permission.
There was some gray area there. For sure.
Yeah. But like, so after a few years, like Brian just became kind of obsessed with like the Halloween robots and stuff. And like, but it helped grow the trail. And so then it became this popular, like everybody started knowing about the trail in Belgrass. And that last year that we did it, it was so big. And I always say it's kind of like Disney-esque. Because Brian, like, you like built a, what was that little dungeon?
Pallet walls.
Dungeons in the ground.
Yeah.
Like, crazy. We even had, like, theater kids around the neighborhood for actors.
Right.
Like, scarers and stuff.
Right.
But the last year, so it was at nighttime. It's all about the lighting and the special effects. And so we had a sign. This is on Halloween night for trick-or-treaters. Come back at nighttime. We had my parents kind of stationed there. We took the kids and went trick-or-treating. When we got back to get everything set up and kind of open the trail up, there was a line of people the length of a football field.
Wow.
Yeah. Like wrapped around our street in the corner that our house is on.
Yeah.
And so we were like, oh, okay, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And that was kind of that was the last year that we did it. And that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, it started getting some sketch, too many people to handle. I mean, just like
and we weren't
block
charging
party.
anything. It was just like,
I was just about to say that's a business in itself. That's a job in itself. But how do you find the time for this? Like, what do you do for your regular job?
You know, I'm a chiropractor, and I work 4 or 5 days a week, and pretty time flexible though. Make my own schedule, but really just get it in whenever we can. With beyond just the Halloween stuff, like whether it be landscaping, anything outside, I just like going out there, listening to the radio, maybe have a cocktail and just the solitude. And so it started with whatever it was, and so that's where, like, if I got home, say a Wednesday night, I may be out there 8 to 9 o'clock, do a little lights. On a Saturday, a few hours here or there, and you just kind of slowly get it done over time.
Yeah. So you have to just find time to fit it in, but like still,
but
how
he
do
can't
you...
sit still. Like
Right, okay.
he loves a project. Like loves a project. Like Green Thumb, got it from his mama. Like, and that's where this kind of came from. Was like everybody's like, they think it's all me, like that is the motivating factor behind it, and it's all him because he like loves the holidays, loves Disney, loves Halloween, loves lights. And so, you know, we do a lot of Christmas too, but it's like Halloween was like an extension of his obsession with, like, you know, holidays and stuff. And it came from his mom. His mom like decorates a lot, does a lot of detailed things, lots of landscaping and stuff. And so any project outside, he like wants to go all in. And I'm more like sitting on the porch going, good job, honey. You know, great job.
Yeah. Hey, that's the sign of a true boss. You point and something happens.
So
right?
it's like, I always say I'm the brains behind it, but he's the muscle. So he just...
I'm the worker ant.
Yeah. Sure. So, and when it started, I wasn't like on board for it. I'm like, are we sure we want to do this? This is a lot of work. But he wanted to do all the work. And basically I would say, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this. Here you go. Here's your game plan. And he would just go divide and conquer and make it happen.
Yeah.
But even when I'll sometimes, like a patient in the office or a new neighbor that, hey, you know, heard y'all put Halloween stuff out, and try to give a little perspective of what's about to come. And so now we have all the stuff out in the yard for display, but for our Halloween parties, all the stuff that can't get wet comes out the night of. And so currently in our garage, if you were just walking your dog, you would see 8, 9 life-size robots in the garage, from a headless horseman to a werewolf to But funny story that I could go on forever with where all those came from. It could be, buying it at like a Hudson salvage. It could be.
It's little by little each year.
Little,
we kind of added to
unique
it.
stories of where we found it and the discounts and how you kind of shop for that stuff. But just the average person walking by and you see that just in the garage, it just looks insane.
Weirdos.
Well, I know. I know you. Well, it's definitely unique because I wouldn't even know where to buy most of those things. It's not something you just go pick up at the store. Like, because you told me this story about going to Home Depot for the skeletons you have. Like, actually, we had Brandon Thaxton on a few weeks back talking about the Roseburg Motel, the Schitt's Creek set. Lucky Rabbit is just filled with stuff where you're like, where'd you even find that?
We text back and forth.
So
they're
you're
like kindred spirits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how did you get I heard you beat him to some of those skeletons.
We were at the Lucky Rabbit and I was telling him some of the ideas we had for this year's Halloween, and I'd previously told him about Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios that he went and saw. So we talk about it in text back and forth, and I brought up those skeletons that I saw one last year at Home Depot. I think that's the only place you could get them. Yeah. But here and there, I've seen one in Destin, like at a restaurant, and I'm like, man, if they have those again this year, I'm going to get one. And so I mentioned it to him at the store, and he told me some of the ones he got last year, and on eBay, you could sell them on the secondary market for these huge price gouging, people were doing. And so just had a short little conversation about it. In the back of my head, though, I was thinking, we're going to be going against each other for these Home Depot skeletons.
There's a race.
And so when I got the skeletons and had them loaded up, and I think I put one up in the backyard, put a red light on it, and maybe put it on Instagram. And he sent me some kind of text of, hey, any luck with finding the skeletons? I think completely rhetorical question, as in, you
bought
got
them all.
Yeah. So I just told him, I bought the skeletons at Home Depot, and that I think there's some in Madison. I told him some other spots.
Me and my sister went up to Jackson to the Home Depot in Madison and got two others, like the pumpkin head skeleton and one other one. We couldn't fit the boxes in the back of her Tahoe, so we had to take it all out and pile all the bones in the back of her Yukon, actually.
So you're just in Madison, just putting bones in your car?
Yeah, out in front of Home Depot, like opening up the boxes. The guy that's helping us really nice and everything. Like, they weren't even on display yet. That's the funny part. Like, he kept calling and
harassing
checking. And are you the guy that keeps asking about the skeletons?
That's what I'm saying. This isn't like that's why I ask about
it's past hobby.
It's not straightforward. This isn't like just go here's the money for this. Give me this item. This is like, no, I've been hunting. I know it's here.
Yeah. Well, last year when they made them last year, you were like, we are getting some of those next year, because they only had a few, like maybe 3 or something at the Home Depot here, and you couldn't get them anywhere.
Right.
And so when we started thinking about, decorating or starting decorating, we're like, when are the skeletons going to get there? And so he's harassing them.
Funny. So when I was thinking about, for sure, I was going to get one for the office, one for the house. I mean, they're 12 foot tall. It's pretty substantial.
And it's a chiropractor.
It's perfect for a chiropractor.
So I mentioned it to her, and of course, the natural question is, can we get more than one?
Yeah.
And then, of course, why not?
Yeah.
And so the first night I had that one up, and this is in late August or September.
Yeah.
It's early.
Yeah.
Neighbor cruising on the golf cart.
Nobody's
It's
thinking
about dusk, and he stops and he looks at the skeleton and me kind of putting the light on it. Most neighbors would be, why is this up in August? Where the heck do you buy a 12-foot skeleton? Mm-hmm. He's looking at it and just kind of leans over. He's like, how many of those you buy? You got me. I think we're getting 5.
Well, now our neighbors are so used to all of our early decorating and weird stuff that we're pulling out. Like, I always joke that, if we have new neighbors, they need to be like pre-warned of what we're doing. Right. Because I'll be like walking down the road with the machete, trimming out limbs, dragging them out of the woods and stuff, because I'm like putting limbs all over the front porch and spider webbing and everything. But to like a normal person, probably like house hunting, at the end of August, and this person's walking down the road with a machete dragging limbs, like, what are they doing? But then my neighbors are just like, oh, It's gonna be great.
Just let all the realtors know, like, hey, this is like they're fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
The last year of the trail, I had a buddy. I told him about it forever. You got to bring the kids out, and he has a big Halloween event kind of in town. So he finally comes out there. I tried to again explain why you needed to come. So he takes his kids through the trail. He finds me. He's like, man, it's like Disney World in there, and he's going on and on about it. And he stops and he looks at me dead serious, and he goes, so I mean, what, like 10 or 12 guys that work for you that put that out? Right. I said, no. I said, it's me and Jamie, and just
right.
Like he does all the electrical, like figures out the like where the extension cords are going. He even made like a map of like where extension cords, what things, how many things we can put on a breaker before we blow it. You know, that type of stuff.
That's insane.
So he's got it all mapped out. But I'll go in and I do all the like the creative, figure out what the scene's going to be and decorate it. I spend the money.
Well, right. There you go. Well, but none of that really matters if it's not planned out. You know, like you can have all the things you want, but you can tell, like, you know, the cemetery and then the little head in the grass type thing. Like that's you can just tell a lot of thought and care has gone into it, and that's what's cool about it. It's not that it's
haphazardly placed.
It's well, and this is my theory behind all of it, is that it's the people. Like, y'all are hard workers, y'all are fun, you want to do something for the neighborhood. You aren't charging anybody. It's just something that's like, it's a fun topic to talk about. Like, it just brings a lot of positivity to your area, and that's what we need more of. So that's what's cool. You actually got to check out the paper warehouse in here. So when you go to a place like that, are you just, is it hard to enjoy because you're like, I know how to do that, or I want to do this? Are you kind of picking it apart?
I'd say a little bit of both. Definitely, I find myself, like when we were at Universal Studios and you're looking at what kind of uplighting they have and what the brand. And then even going through the paper warehouse, they had this great kind of low-lying fog in the final room
and
where
I'm
the lights
like,
cut
I want
through
that
it.
fog machine.
So instead of taking the room in, I'm trying to kind of swipe through the fog to see what kind of fog machine it is. But,
let us know.
The paper warehouse was fun. First year doing it, kind of just some cool, spooky scenes.
I liked the paper warehouse because it was like an eerie spooky. I'm not really into like gory chainsaws, like just in your face
jump scares.
Yeah. I'm more like, I like real life spooky, like where you're in this environment, in this scene where you don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
But when it's like gory, something like set up, you know there's going to be somebody popping out in front of you. But then like when like the paper warehouse, I like the details. Like I'm all about a detail of a scene. And the story behind it. That was my favorite part, is like having the story of what you're walking through. Right. And even though there's not like a ton of actors like popping out all different directions, you get kind of immersed in that environment, and so that's fun to me. And so that's why I like the paper warehouse, was that. And you were saying, like, talking about like, are you picking apart the scene and stuff, or like what they did? We've mentioned this before. People don't understand how much it takes to fill out like an area, you know, and that's a massive place. But I love the space. Like the space already had it, and they just had to doctor it up a little bit. And those are the best kind, because it's authentic feeling. You know, it's not like made up type of stuff.
Well, and it's city stuff too. I've always said it feels like Gotham back there when you go in the warehouse and stuff.
Like,
well, that's
history.
Yeah.
Like
well, I'm with you though with thrillers. I don't like the jump scare stuff, because if you jump out at me right now, I know you're going to do it. It's still going to be kind of like startling. So I don't feel like that's unfair. But like my favorite horror movie or scary movie is Secret Window with Johnny Depp, because of the story. It's just, there's no jump scare really. It's just it's just kind of creepy.
Eerie,
So, but I'm not really a scary movie guy anyway. But you're a scary movie guy.
I like some of them.
Yeah.
I have seen The Secret Window though. That's kind of a random one, but
it's super random. Well, it's the guys from Mississippi. I always thought that was funny. It's like, that's not how we talk, but fine. You know. So, but actually, would y'all be down to actually play some scary movie trivia?
Absolutely.
I'm not good at scary movie trivia because I myself don't watch scary movies, but he would be your man for sure. I'll try.
We'll allow you to compete as a team. So after this, scary movie trivia with the Pages.
All right, we're about to play scary movie trivia with the Pages. All right, for your first question.
Let's see. Who is the killer in the Halloween movie franchise?
I think I'll let you take that one. That's a softball.
Michael Myers?
There you go.
Correct.
That's correct. All right.
I was like, Jason? Michael? I don't know.
What street does Freddy Krueger live on? If that's worded right.
I don't know.
Elm Street.
Okay.
That is correct.
A Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. No, that's right.
What vampire movie stars Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, and Kirsten Dunst?
Interview with the Vampire.
That's a good one.
That is a good. That's
Very
the kind of
good movie.
scary movie I like.
That's a great one.
Yeah, because it's like historic.
It's
something.
stylish. It's
Yeah.
also New Orleans,
love the
which you're
pictures.
familiar with.
Yeah.
Who plays Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs?
I'll take that one because he's one of my favorites. Anthony Hopkins.
That's correct.
Great actor.
All
I
right.
didn't like that movie.
What is my favorite color?
Oh gosh. Well, I'll just go with blue.
That is correct.
We would have also accepted ginger.
Yes, ginger.
I actually was thinking orange or blue.
Here's one.
I was thinking orange.
Which Tim Burton movie has a headless horseman in it?
Sleepy Hollow.
That is
Oh,
correct.
Johnny Depp.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
and the bonus was going to be who played Ichabod Crane.
And already got it. Y'all are already ahead. Y'all are
Man,
batting
I
1,000.
am really good at this. Woo.
Y'all are.
Which Halloween movie stars Sarah Jessica Parker as a witch?
Hocus Pocus.
That is correct.
We
We should have
dressed
made
up
these
like
harder.
I think
The
they're making
Sanderson
a
sisters.
new Hocus Pocus movie.
They are.
I've heard
Yeah.
about that.
It's a
that is
sequel.
awesome.
Which horror author has the most movie adaptations of his work?
Stephen King.
That is correct.
Man, I'm actually good at this.
These are the
I didn't
hard ones.
realize.
See?
Which movie features a clown named Pennywise?
It.
Okay, bonus. Who is the clown in the original Pennywise? The actor's name.
He was also in Home
No.
Alone 2.
Come on, we can actually stump him. Don't give him any hints.
Yeah, I don't have
Joe
that.
Pesci?
No. That's my cousin Vinny. Scary, but for different
He was
reasons.
also
He was in Home Alone too.
Yeah, that's right.
If I were to say he was also in
He was in Clue.
he was in Clue.
He's in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky Horror Picture Show is the giveaway.
I've actually never seen that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's wild.
the answer is Tim Curry. So,
Tim Curry.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
I
gotten
wouldn't have
that.
got that.
It's all right.
and I think that is that all of the questions? Or is this, do you know scary movies are scary?
That was going to be for me,
okay.
but yeah, it's fine.
That's a giveaway.
They did.
All right. Y'all did great. Round of applause.
Not bad.
Throw that in there.
Clap at your screen for sure. No, that was great. Hey, yeah, see, you were better at trivia than you thought.
I did. I was surprised.
We want to thank you guys for coming on, and we really looking forward to y'all are throwing a big Halloween bash for that place, man. That's gonna be really cool. I think y'all are gonna have a good time. Is there any way actually people can learn more about your business too? Page Chiropractic.
Yeah, we're located Weathersby Road in between the mall and the hospital. It's
big
HattiesburgChiro.com, and then we have a big 12-foot skeleton out by the building, so no shocker there.
Right, it's the chiropractic clinic with the skeleton outside.
And then in December, we have, I think, like a 20-foot nutcracker
Yeah.
that'll also be
Yes.
out there. So
That's
another
awesome.
unique piece.
I think you should keep the skeleton
yeah,
out
the skeleton's
year-round.
probably staying up year-round. Just
Yeah.
Mardi Gras beads,
Yeah,
St. Patty's,
Santa costume,
Easter,
maybe.
just change up some of the...
Why not?
it really is incredibly on brand for a chiropractor.
It really
honestly.
is.
So yeah, man, I can speak to your business as well, man. I like seriously night and day since I've actually started seeing you in your office. So it's definitely maintenance that is well worth it. So
Sure.
man, this was awesome. Jamie, you got some music you can play us out with?
Sure. Very ominous.
So spooky.
We gotta write a song.
I can't wait for you to see the inside of the house because that's a whole nother.
Well, it's cool too because while we're talking about it, people will be able to